The Kurds are our tool for regime change and destabilizing the region, and the best thing we can do is get out now. But what about ISIS? Oh no, they're going to get out of the prisons. Well, hey, newsflash. The reason we're attacked is because we're over there. So the best thing we can do to stay safe is to leave. But what about betrayal? What about betrayal? Well, I'll tell you who we've betrayed. We have betrayed Turkey. So let's get into all of the details. Let's go over the latest, first of all. The fighting is going on. There is death on both sides. It is horrible. It is exactly what we predicted would happen, that they would go to war and people would die. Children have died on both sides. They've said that some Kurdish child was killed. The Turks have reported that a 9-month-old boy was killed on their side. It's war, guys. It's war, and it's not good. The Kurds are resisting. In fact, the Kurds have told their civilians to rise up and head to the border. They're actually telling their civilians to get in harm's way. So when we see this in the news, when we see that the Kurds are creating a human shield with their civilians, and this is the Kurdish militia, the YPG, which is the Kurdish freedom fighters. They have told their civilians to head to the border and face Turkey. So when we see the reports in the news that the civilians have been killed, that and this will create I guess like a PR crisis. I hate to call it that because it's way more awful than that. I mean, people are going to die. That's why war is so terrible. That's why we cannot engage in it anymore. That's why we cannot be promoting it or,
right.
I mean, this is just terrible. So,
right.
But you should at least know what is going on with that. So if they're telling their civilians to go and put themselves in harm's way, harm will come to those civilians, and it will be bad. It will be really bad. So people on both sides of the aisle, Democrats and Republicans, are still upset over the fact that we, quote unquote, abandoned the Kurds, and that we're traitors to our allies. That we, and then there's some sentiment that we should have waited for them to be able to do a deal with the Syrian government, or at least be able to get some protection from the Syrian government. And we're going to go into that a little bit more here. But I do want to point out that. Who have we really abandoned? Who have we really pissed off in this whole entire thing? And I do want to draw your attention to what happened in 2014 when Obama originally got us into this and had us partnering with the YPG. So in 2014, Obama announced that this is what we were going to do. And the Turks were like, wait, what? You're going to be doing what? They were like, you realize that the YPG is just the fancy name for the PKK. It's the Syrian branch of the PKK. And the PKK and the Turks have been at war for pretty much 40 years. They've had 40,000 deaths between the two
I didn't know that.
groups. There's been, even in 2016, the PKK bombed Istanbul, killing many civilians. And Ankara, they bombed all around. Of course, there's, the Turks have risen up and killed Kurds, and it's just been a really bloody battle for the last 40 years. So the YPG is the Syrian arm of the PKK. Woo! Now, they try to say that they're not. They try to have this branding thing of saying, no, we're different. See, we've got a different name. And they've changed their name a couple of times in order to rebrand, to try to distance themselves from looking like they're with the PKK. But people know that actually the leadership of the YPG is the exact same leadership as the PKK. They're under the same command, and the fighters actually go back and forth freely between the two different groups. So now the YPG says, look, we've never fired onto Turkey, and that very well might be true. But the fighters in the YPG, like yesterday, might have been in the PKK firing at Turkish military, Turkish armed forces, and then the next day they go and they join a unit at the YPG because their commanding officer told them to go do that, and they go do that, and then they say, wait, but I've never fired into you. I've never fired the Turkish forces. And then the Turkish forces are looking at them like, I just saw you yesterday in Turkey aiming at me. So that is why the Turks were like, wait a minute, you're going to do what? You guys are actually going to partner with the YPG. And Obama said, listen, he said this, and this is how he sold it to everybody. There were a lot of Republicans that were against this. Democrats were, a lot of people were against us, saying, wait a minute, but Turkey's a NATO ally. And here we are turning around and telling Turkey, we're going to be arming the people you've been fighting but we got to do it. So Obama says this is going to be, quote, temporary, transactional, and tactical. That is what he said it was going to be. Temporary, transactional, and tactical. This is how he sold it. Lindsey Graham back in 2014 was saying this is the dumbest idea, going and arming the YPG and fighting with them to defeat ISIS. We also promised the Turks a few things.
Yeah,
over
we
the years.
really shouldn't have done
we promised
that.
The Turks
we got to stop that strategy.
Arm the Kurds, but that we would take those arms away. We didn't. We also told the Turks, we promised them that when we moved the Kurds into regions that were way too close to the Turkish border for Turkish comfort, we told them, listen, we're only going to move them in there to fight ISIS. Once ISIS is defeated, we will move the Kurds out of those regions. We did not. So who did we lie to? Who have we betrayed? Because when you look at it from a Turkish perspective, we really screwed them over. I mean, we armed the people they've been fighting for 40 years who've caused between the two of them 40,000 deaths. We told them we would arm them and take the arms away. Don't worry, we're not going to leave the arms with them. We have not done that. We told them, yeah, we're getting them close to your border, but we're going to move them back. We didn't do that. And then the Kurds gained a lot of strength, and the Kurds were able to take over pretty much that entire northern region of Syria, which was Turkey's worst nightmare. That's what they were saying to us. They were saying, wait a minute, if you do this, then they're going to gain a stronghold in that northern area of Syria, and that's a problem for us. That's a legitimate security concern for us. And the U.S. said, no, that's not going to happen. And guess what, guys? It happened. So when we talk about betrayal and who we betrayed, I think that we need to understand that in 2014, when we went into this to begin with, it was a disaster in the making to ally with two, we already had Turkey as an ally, whether you like it or not. Turkey's an ally. They're in NATO. Trump was right when he said they were there for World War II and all,
Language.
So they were with us in Korea, and they've
That's
been
good sign.
there for us in Afghanistan. I mean, the Turks have been by our side for a long time, and
not anymore.
So it was probably a bad idea to go and also ally with their arch enemy, because then all of a sudden you've got fighters, you've got Turkish fighters, and you've got Kurdish fighters, and they've all bonded with American fighters. And then you leave our military men, and women on the ground very torn emotionally. The military, the service members on the ground are saying that they cannot believe what we're doing, that we are abandoning. They feel like we are abandoning the Kurds. They've been fighting side by side with these guys for years. And all of a sudden they're having to pack up and say, sorry, man, I got to go. And that feels terrible for our boots on the ground. Absolutely terrible. They do not want to abandon people that were comrades with them. So but the government knew all along that this was a bad deal to begin with.
About to actually play a game here. Hold on.
This long, which is really surprising. Remember, it was supposed to be temporary, transactional, and tactical. That's what we kept selling. And the truth is that if it were up to the Kurds, we would be there forever. We would absolutely be there forever. There was a article done by Mother Jones. This was it's called Behind the Lines by Shane Bauer. And he went to Syria and he talked to the Kurds and did a interview with them. And this is what it says here. As the Kurdish border guard with the AK flips through my passport, his face brightens. Are you American? He asks. You are holy to us. The Kurdish people love Americans. He lights a cigarette and takes a drag. If it was up to us, we wouldn't let the Americans leave, he says. They would stay here forever. He tells me Turkish troops occasionally fire mortars at their positions, still small reminders of what awaits if U.S. forces withdraw. He goes on to say, will they leave us? Another man asks me. He is Arab. It's not clear, I say. 5 weeks earlier, Trump had announced he was pulling all U.S. troops out of Syria very soon, but he walked back his statement a few days later. It would be the last time he would do so. Maybe they will leave, the Arab man says. No, exclaims the wrinkled border guard. We have oil, so much oil. The Arab says, let them stay and take the oil.
Let them have the oil. We just want to live in peace.
Is heartbreaking because for a couple of reasons. First of all, it shows that, look, we have to leave. We have to leave. We can't stay in Syria, right? So, but you've got these Kurds who have said they never want us to leave. If it were up to them, we would stay forever because they don't want the Turks to come in through the border like they're doing right now. So there never was going to be a good time to do this. There never was going to be a good time because a good time to them was never. So the other thing that this shows is
that's just the opinion of
everybody
one.
knows we're there for the oil. Even the Kurds know we're there for the oil. So they're saying, well, we'll give you some oil. How about some oil? You want some oil?
Please, oil.
Stick around. I mean, that is just, come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? So it creates this inevitably heartbreaking situation that we made promises to Turkey, we made assurances to Turkey, and we absolutely betrayed Turkey on this. And so I don't blame Turkey when they've said, enough is enough. Enough is enough. We're going in. You guys have failed us over and over. You've made promises to us, and you failed us. And we're your ally. We've been with you through war after war after war, and you keep failing us. So I don't blame Turkey for saying enough is enough. Now, Erdogan did say to Europe, he says, don't criticize what I'm doing by going into Syria. Otherwise, you're going to get these 3.5 million Syrian refugees. So remember, Turkey has actually absorbed more refugees than any other country. 3.5 million. And for them, it has to be temporary. They cannot absorb 3.5 million refugees. I mean, imagine. And so Turkey is saying to Europe, now people, the way they frame this in the news is that they're threatening, but ultimately Turkey's just saying, look, it's one or the other, right? I mean, we can't keep them here. So we either take them home and you guys shut up about it, or I give them to you. So if you're going to complain about me trying to take them home, then you need to take them.
It's a pretty wild situation.
Of course Europe said, well,
it's pretty fucking nuts.
We can't take 3.5 million refugees. So Turkey's like, okay then. So what their plan is, that's also not really being talked about in the news.
Are they going to war?
Turkey has proposed that they will take about 1.5 million
for
Syrians.
like refugees.
They're going to put them into that safe zone where the Kurds are right now. Now, the Kurds weren't always originally there. The Kurds during this conflict have taken those regions. So this is not like places where, they've been forever and ever, and now we're encroaching on Kurdish land. The Kurds actually took many of these areas from Arabs. They actually forced many Arabs out of those areas. It's a very complex issue where it's, nobody's a good guy and nobody's a bad guy. It's war. It's just all around bad. So, the Kurds had taken over Arab areas, forced Arabs out. The Turks had gone in and forced Kurds out of areas. It's war. And so now that the Turks are going in, what they've promised is that they're going to build every Syrian refugee a home with a garden for free.
What?
So they can go back home to Syria. They are Syrian after all. They'll build them a community, give them all homes and gardens. And that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. We like refugees. We want to support refugees.
Wait, but they're going to do that under a new regime. They're going to take over the country.
It happens to be in the region that the Kurds want and that they've taken control over, which they've illegally taken control over from Assad, right? This Syria is...
It's nuts. It's like the Israel model.
Basically, the Kurdish fighters, I should say, not... Kurdish people are different from these separatists. So these separatists have taken this region and they put it under their control, including some Arab towns that are not Kurdish. They're also under Kurdish control right now. So again, it's a giant mess. But I think the big point that we need to understand with this is that we made a lot of promises to Turkey. And if there's anybody we betrayed, because we've never made promises to the Kurds. We've always said it was temporary, transitional, tactical, transactional, right? We've always said these things. The Kurds knew that we were not going to stay forever. That was never a promise that we made for them. We never said we would stand bodyguard for them from the Turks. We never made those promises. In fact, we made the opposite promises. And we made Turkey a lot of promises, and we didn't keep those promises. So if we're going to scream about betrayal, I think we need to be honest about it. The people we betrayed were the Turks. You might not like the Turks. You might like the Kurds better. A lot of me, I like what the Kurds stand for. I do like the Kurds a lot, but we got to be honest. So another thing that we need to also be honest about is what we're still doing there. So apparently Trump has moved the troops back. So he didn't get rid of he didn't send the troops home, which is where they should be right now. He instead moved the troops back. Because ultimately the U.S. does not really want to leave Syria because we want to continue to try to effect regime change against Assad. And we certainly don't want the Iranians who are allied with Assad to continue to get a stronghold in the region. So we are still there. One of the reasons why we've remained there all these years, even though it was supposed to be temporary, is because ultimately we tried to effect regime change against Assad, and we were, and we were allied with the Kurds in order to get that done. We were also allied with the Kurds to try to keep Iran from getting a stronghold. What we don't want, what the government doesn't want, is for Assad to be able to get control over his whole country. So if the Kurds have control over regions, a giant chunk of Syria, especially the real oil-rich area of Syria, then, it's a real problem for Assad. And it has been, because actually the Kurds were taking that Syrian oil and they weren't allowing, we weren't, because we were partnered with the Kurds, we weren't allowing that Syrian oil to go to Syria. Because remember, we have an oil embargo on them.
Jesus, this problem is so complicated.
We're selling all that oil to Israel. So we have been in the way. We have been using the Kurds as allies to effect regime change against Assad. We've been using the Kurds as allies to keep Iran at bay and allowing Iran to grow in strength as well. And that's not what we stand for here on this show. We definitely against regime change wars and wasteful wars and wars we don't need to be in. And quite frankly, this is the easiest one out of all of them to get out of. So if you're not screaming to get out of this right now, then I am extremely skeptical. Because are we or are we not against regime change wars? And this right now, being partners with the Kurds, is exactly what we're doing in Syria.
That's a good point.
We're there with them as allies in order to effect a regime change and in order to destabilize the region and in order to strong arm.
That's a good point, because I do support the Kurds and I do support independence movements, but I would not supporting the Kurds militarily. I would supporting the Kurds in a political fashion and, by thwarting their enemies in every political way possible, but not militarily. I don't think I would agree with that. So that is an interesting caveat she's bringing up.
And mean mug Iran. So if we're consistent in our beliefs that we are against regime change, then we need to be saying to the U.S. right now, it is time to go. We do not need to be there anymore. The Kurds can take care of themselves. They've got themselves in the middle of this thing with Turkey. They've been at it for a long time. We're not going to be the ones to solve it. We don't need to be in the middle of it. We have got to go. And the longer we're there is just the longer that we're in the Middle East creating a problem. Now, we're creating a problem for many, many reasons. But one big reason I want to point out, because a lot of people now are screaming saying, oh, but the Kurds say they can't hold on to those ISIS fighters and they're going to break out of prison. Two things. First of all, the Kurds have been threatening us with releasing the ISIS prisoners. They threatened this back in December when Trump first said he was going to leave. They said, oh, okay, if you leave, we're releasing these prisoners. And they've kind of done it again now, saying, well, we won't be able to, we're not going to be able to guard those prisons if we have to go and fight Turkey, which I'm sure is true. But you know what? So the ISIS fighters get out. First of all, most of them are women and children. They're the family members of the ISIS fighters.
Oh, shit.
And secondly, we are not less safe if those fighters get out. That is really not our problem, guys. It really isn't. Because guess why we get attacked all the way over here in America, way far away, 7,000 miles away from the conflict over there, from where ISIS even is trying to get a stronghold. We're 7,000 miles away. We're attacked because they want us out. That's what they want. Al-Qaeda attacked us on 9/11 because they want us out of the region. And ISIS, when they commit terrorist attacks against us, it's because they want us out of the region. They do not want Western influence in the Middle East. Iran, we got a problem with Iran right now because Iran is angry that we spent so much time in their nation, toppling their government and controlling their government and calling the shots in their country. So that's why there was the revolution in 78, 79. And
oh, shit.
That's why we have a beef with them. It's because they're angry that we've gone over there in their part of the world.
Thank you for showing me. Yep. Thanks for telling me. Fuck. Fucking fuck. Restream pisses me off, man. I swear to God, I got to do this every third day. Oh, well, I was just listening to some news and playing some Nintendo here, but now I have to reconnect my fucking Mixer API for the fucking millionth time because I didn't even notice that I wasn't even streaming to it. There we go. Fixed. At least I don't have to restart my stream. It's streaming now. It's on Mixer. You're good to go if you want to switch back over. Son of a bitch. But, Kim is making a good point, though. Do we want regime war changes or not? I mean, there is an argument to be made, though, about, but we're already in there. I would agree with her saying we should have never gone in there in the first place, and that we should end our engagement as soon as possible. But now that we're in there, we need to disengage in a much more sane way. Because right now we're disengaging in a very insane way. And look, vacuums are filled, okay, and that's exactly what we're seeing. She's such a smoke show. I don't agree with all of what she has to say. She fucking pissed me off with some bullshit about a month ago, but
the world, and we've tried to control them. So look, the best thing we can do to remain safe is to leave. That's it. We gotta go. We've got to go. And if the ISIS fighters get out, that is the Kurds and Turkey and Syria's problem. And Russia has been fighting ISIS very effectively over there.
I was just having fun.
Iran is over there as well. There's plenty of other nations over there to fight ISIS. We do not need to be the ones to do it. So this whole threat of these ISIS fighters maybe getting out, guys, the best thing we can do if we want to remain safe is to leave. We've got to go. We have got to go.
I agree.
Also, let me see here.
But I don't agree.
The Kurds, they're.
I don't agree if she agrees with, because she's not getting nuanced about exactly how it's happening. Because I would where I would disagree with her on is how it's being implemented. Because you don't make a bunch of obligations and then you just leave them high and dry, right? You create an exit plan, okay? So, Trump just pulling the fuck out and, letting them get slaughtered by Turkey is not how you do it. You give them a fighting chance, for fuck's sake. So if she's over here agreeing with Trump, with how Trump did it, then we severely disagree, Kim.
They're a tool for regime change, destabilizing the region. And we just cannot remain there. We cannot stay there and help them do that. We can't do that. We're having them do it alongside us. I mean, people want to say, well, we're using the Kurds. That's not really true. The Kurds also have that same agenda. They also want to, carve out that land away from Syria. They're also, so it's not just in our interest that we want to topple Assad or
nice.
Keep Iran at bay. It's also in their interest. It is a common interest, which is why we were a natural ally with the Kurds. We all kind of wanted the same things: defeat ISIS, destabilize, topple Assad. But you know what? We can't do that anymore. It's bad. We got to go. Let's see what else. There's so that I think is, I'm trying to go through my notes here to see if there's anything else that I'm missing on this. I think I've said enough about it, but it is just we've got to go. And I am really disappointed in most of people on the left, who, especially people who claim that they don't want war. There's a lot of people who say that I don't want war, but right, and we've got to, because this humanitarian crisis, or we're betraying people, or we're leaving people behind. If there was a clean exit from conflict, then it would be easy. And, I say this as somebody who's dealt with this personally. My family is Vietnamese. Only half of my family was able to get out.
Damn.
The other half were left behind when the U.S. pulled out of that war. So I get it. I understand the consequences of leaving. I understand leaving people behind. I understand that. But you just have to do it. You just have to do it. So that's where we're at with this. And, people are still I'm surprised that it's like me and Tucker Carlson and like Ron Paul who are the ones that are like, yeah, time to go, time to go. So I'm disappointed that Trump has not fully pulled them out of the region. This is the easiest one to get out of.
Yeah, no, she agrees with the strategy. So
toppling ISIS, and now we can go.
Yeah,
Afghanistan.
no, she agrees with the strategy, which we totally disagree on that. There, Kim. We disagree big time. Because the strategy is fucked. Alrighty. All things are set up. I got a fucking awesome long weekend. Nice. School's out tomorrow and Monday. Here for the whole stream, brewski. Ha! Alright, well, let's get your ass some props. And we'll get your... Oh, there we go. You already got props. And we'll get your alter ego here. The palace cat. Gross. Or is that supposed to be the palace cat? The palace cat? The palace cap? Fusion Gen emulator. This is what I was looking for. You're gonna be here for the whole stream, huh? Well, I had a hankering to fire up some, let me get warmed up off a round of cuisine, and we'll play some New Vegas. So, Vault Boy, I'm glad you're here. Glad somebody's here. Dr. Medical stopped in for a second, but I was watching the news, so he ran away. But I'm glad you're here. So I'm thinking about commissioning an overlay. The Palace cat, like instead of my favorite animal, a Palace cat. Oh, it's a type of cat. I see. Interesting. I see. Cool. That's very cool. I appreciate cats for what they are. More of a dog man myself. So I told you about that sponsorship thing I'm doing, right? I got a few things I want to bounce off you, I guess. Bunch of weird noises, sorry. Not in the game, in my house. So, yeah. Prototype number 1. I think if you saw my Twitter, you'd see this already. Well, here's prototype number 1 of my branded cups. I'm gonna do, some promo shots like these. Check these out. I was showing my wife this. She was like, no, what is this again? What is this? So all I had to do was show her these pictures. God, I keep spelling this wrong. I showed her pictures like this. And then, this is just the start of it, but like shit like this. Look at these assholes. Look at these dumbasses. Hawking their fucking Kool-Aid, dude. Hawking Kool-Aid. This is great. I saw this too. G Fuel is Kool-Aid with vitamins for adults who stay inside. Dude, I will buy all your fucking merch. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You might be the first sale. You might be the first person that gets some official garbage fuel merch. But I gotta shoot the promo commercial, and I was thinking about doing. You see this right here? I saw this. I was thinking about doing something similar, but for garbage fuel. Right? I got a little. Hold on, it's not complete without its. Because all these fucking idiots with their goddamn cups. They're obsessed with these fucking cups. They're always slugging away on their fucking juice cups. So I thought I thought I'd make a juice cup, and of course it being garbage fuel. Yeah, I gotta make a promo commercial, and then I'm gonna do a little behind the scenes thing too. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I still gotta like write it, you know. I got a lot of work to do on it, and I'm gonna have to wait until after October because the person that I need to help me with it is he's gonna be very busy, and I'm gonna have to offer to clean probably to get his help. Yeah, you know. It's fun. It's, you know, I'm never gonna be actually sponsored by a real brand, so you know, this is the next best thing. Tommy Two Tanks bobblehead. Yeah, it'd be like he'd be doing like the Sieg Heil. he'd be in the it's terrible, dude. First of all, let me just preemptively apologize to the devs of Subnautica, but according to the lore, he would be in the Subnautica like swimsuit, like doing the Sieg Heil, and with like a crack pipe in his mouth. I can't deny that would be hilarious to like us. It would be like funny to the, you know, it'd be an inside joke, which I guess that's kind of the point, right? Yeah. We're pretty far away from bobbleheads, okay? Let's see if I can sell a couple t-shirts. You know, I think I'm gonna do like I had an idea this morning. You can tell me about it. Dude, write that shit down. No, it's not that fun. It's only funny to us, dude. If someone else saw it, they would be appalled. And could you imagine someone buying that and then putting that in their fucking house? What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? This is atrocious. What the fuck is this? So yeah, there's, you know, if I did something like that, it would be like extremely limited run. Because it's fucking disgusting. That would be weird as fuck. Yo, dude, what is this, dude? What is this? Is this guy doing a Sieg Heil? What the fuck? Be like, oh, yeah, it's his inside joke with the streamer. What? Bob, I'm afraid you're fired. That's one knick-knack you were not supposed to have out on your desk. I'm not a white supremacist. I just think they're funny. That's why I watch Jeff Dunham, because I think racism's hilarious. Fucking Jeff Dunham. I can't believe I see his bitch ass in fucking I can't believe I see him in like Netflix and shit. The guy's racist as fuck, dude. Like, he still does jokes where like the fucking punchline is the fucking race or gender or sexual orientation, and it's like, bruh, this isn't the, you know, late 90s early 2000s, you know, when all you had to do was like be like, oh, I'm gay, like, oh my god, so edgy. Like, no, it isn't. Who cares? Yeah, whoop-de-doo. You get something clever to say? You know? Yeah, I don't like this arrangement. Not yet. I mean, if you want an example of that kind of humor, check out a sitcom called what was it? Had Deborah Messing in it. The main gay character was Jack. What the hell was that called? Oh, was that a fucking vending machine? No. Oh shit. Oh damn, fall damage is for real. Ahmed the terrorist. Remember when our after school teachers showed us that shit? Dude, we're like 9, 11-year-olds. Pun not intended. Good, because it's a terrible pun. It's terrible. Oh my god, it's terrible. Wait, so your teacher showed you a Jeff Dunham video? That's horrifying. That shit is blatantly racist. But like in a more devious way. Like it's like racism trying really hard to not look racist. It's devious racism. Your teacher showed you that? That's fucked. I mean that's fucked. I mean, it's one thing for a college teacher, you know, professor, to show their students something political. But it's a whole other can of worms there to be showing high school students that kind of material, honestly. That's fucking wild to me, man. That's totally wild. Yeah, it was fucked. He also showed us pictures of 9/11. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure Joe had his bright spots, man, but that's fucked up. Yeah, and look, I do support showing dead bodies and gore and all that all the crazy shit that, you know, happens in real life on TV for the public to consume. But I don't support showing that directly to a child with the intention to shock and horrify them. Yeah, it doesn't work. Do I put up the fucking FG? I guess I do. Nice. Keep going, baby. Come on. Give me something worth the damn. Wait for the machine to stop. Fuck you. Give me the good shit. Let's go. Put the fucking scope on this bitch. Wait. Why do I have the FG? What happened? Bruh. This game's inventory system's totally fucked. let's go. Bro, I thought that shit was a joke or something. To be fair, I have a fucked up sense of humor. I thought it was a little funny. Well, a young teenager, you know, or a young person around that age, you know, sure. But, you know, that's, you know, I don't know. It doesn't, a guy that likes Jeff Dunham is extremely suspect in my eyes. But I get it, you know. He was nice to you. Nice guy. You know, good teacher. Now, I would, you know, in your opinion, I wouldn't call him a good teacher. Not in my opinion. Oh, man, there's some serious in the fog fighting happening right now. Wish I had one of those Pegasus boots things. Come on. Oh. Almost out of this. I don't know how much food I have left. It's not much. Oh no, I got 8 pieces of food left. Okay, I'm good. I think I heard a gunshot to my left. Yeah, definitely to my left. Shit. Let's go, go, go. More of a daycare caretaker guy than a teacher. Hey, one day the shirt's gonna eat you. That's cute. Alright, alright. I mean, it doesn't make it any less inappropriate, but it is at least not a full-on teacher-student kind of relationship, but still, you don't show that shit to young kids. Not the 9/11 shit, the Jeff Dunham shit, whatever. Kids don't get it. They don't understand the context of the racism or any of that. You know, I laughed at all kinds of bullshit. Damn, dude, smoked. He's like a fucking mile away, dude. Damn, this new map is fucking crazy. Enlisted's gonna be nuts. Enlisted's gonna be so fucking crazy. It's gonna be like the hot game. It's gonna take over PUBG, dude. If Enlisted is any like where near as good as this and has like a focus, you know, that's pretty clear, I see it blowing up. My main problem is that I was still a Muslim at the time, since I didn't understand shit, and I found that stuff really fucked up and offensive. Well, because it is fucked up and offensive, especially if you're Muslim. Because Jeff Dunham equates being Muslim with being a terrorist. There's no in between. You know, it'd be the equivalent of, you know, any other, you know, ethnic minority or whatever, basically equating everybody who's a Christian to pedophiles. You know, only true if you're a complete idiot. Right, yeah, it's a serious problem. Yes, a lot of Muslims are terrorists. but it's not. It's incredibly ignorant to equate the two as one v one, like to like that being Muslim means you are a terrorist. Outrageous. Just like being Christian doesn't mean you're a pedophile. Outrageously stupid. Dangerously stupid. That's why it's offensive, like to my fucking you know, to my fucking head. I'm not about silencing free speech. Have whatever you want, but you know, I am about, you know, voting with your dollar, you know, and supporting the things you want to support with your money, with your dollar, you know. So it makes me question the value of my Netflix subscription when I see that kind of ignorance being supported and spread around on, you know, on their platform. Am I eating it? Are you fucking serious? Why? Put it in your fucking bag, you idiot. God, I hate the iron sights on this thing. Give me something better, Serenity now. You know what I mean? I mean, the iron sights are just atrocious. Oh no. Shit, guys. Alright, you know what this means. Oh shit. Damn it. All right. Come on. Where's my music? Ah, there. That's the problem. Still not working. I'm trying to play it, folks. It won't count if I win. Come on, baby, play. Those are not played out and serious, it's fine. Keep it funny and chill, but don't bore it out. Be sure to cross some lines, don't go off the deep end. I mean, yeah, no. If it was like, you know, part of a larger act that included, you know, that was just, you know, multifaceted, but I mean, it is a core element of his act. Is that stupid fucking Muslim puppet of his. And his ridiculous, you know, like taxi cab driver Arab voice. It's embarrassing. He embarrasses me. Come on, what's the fucking deal? BBC Radio 1? That's awesome. I would love to listen to BBC Radio 1. Man, that pisses me off. Hello. I'm wondering if my opponent can hear this, can hear my radio though. Yeah, no, and Dave Chappelle is a great example of how you do that right. You know, there it is. Morning, good morning, rise and shine. Today's the day I'll make you mine. Over the hay, you know it's gonna be a wonderful day. Loveliness is so divine. Have more confidence. No, he's doing it intentionally. There's a market for it. Morning, rise and shine. Yeah, Bill Burr is okay. He's got his own issues with ignorance. Got you! He's a bit ignorant when it comes to certain topics. And he talks like he knows what he's talking about them. That's my problem. Whew, how many we got left? Just 2. Shoot, 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 be doo be doo. Ah. Shoot, 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 be doo be doo. Shoot, 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 be doo be doo. Thought I'd see such possibility. Extraordinarily wonderful. Yeah, when his bias is clear too. Oh, god damn it. Morning, good morning, rise and shine. Might catch this guy as he comes out of the fog. Good morning, rise and shine. New day's the day I'll make you mine. Jesus. That's the problem with the boombox. That's why this is such a hard challenge. That's what makes this such a hard challenge. That's what makes this such a hard challenge. He says shit like he doesn't care about male celebrities getting sexually assaulted, but also talks about liberals and how they get triggered. Well, here's the thing about Joe Rogan. I think at his core, Joe Rogan cares and has a heart, and is generally more willing to at least listen, right? But Joe Rogan is also incredibly rich, and getting laid by some of the finest athletic pussy you can fucking find on this planet. All right, some of the hottest babes. All right, everyone loves him. They think he's hilarious. His stand-up is never been better. Hangs out at the comedy club all day. You know, and he's got people like Jamie, who he can be like, who's actually reading the news and who's actually keeping up on things, and who actually has, you know, a little deeper understanding of what's happening. So Joe is not actually paying attention. He's just doing a really, really good job of pretending. With that said, because he's pretty brief on what he knows about shit, he can kind of use his ignorance to ask questions in a very genuine way. Like when he was nailing down Barry Weiss. His interview with Barry Weiss was brilliant because, you know, she was pulling all the same neoliberal talking points about, you know, Syria, Assad, bad, bad, bad. And, you know, Joe Rogan was like, you know, wait, who's, you know, really? Is it really this bad? Or, you know, like, I was actually able to show that Barry Weiss was really just completely full of shit. I had no idea what she was talking about. And just talking a lot of shit. Because she's a pampered, spoiled little neoliberal who gets to say and do whatever the fuck she wants. You know? All right. I work at the New York Times. I'm the editor at New York Times. Yeah. Oh, and I'm in 20. Oh, 30. I live in a personal fantasy world, just like girls. Yeah. And your parents had nothing to do with that, right? What? No. My parents had nothing to do with it. Except for all the connections, the money, schooling. Other than that, no help at all. Really? So you're not just the left's version of Meghan McCain? No way. What do you think of that piece of shit Adam who thinks children should be given hormone blockers? Adam who? Because here's the thing. There is established medical science that does, in rare occasions, demand that you give children hormone or block certain hormones. So we got to be very, very careful here. Adam ruins everything, guy. So, okay, I think I remember hearing some kind of controversy about that. So, but here's the thing, man. There is established medical science for certain people that need that kind of treatment. You know what I mean? Oh my god, that's so heavy. A conductor. Yeah, but I think I need that. Well, okay, no. Yeah, no, that's a very complicated, it's very, very complicated. It's a very loaded question. I do not personally believe that we should be allowing children to be making decisions about their sexual orientation. So let me make that clear. I don't think children should be able to make decisions about what clothes they wear. You know what I mean? If I have kids, we're going to the fucking Goodwill. We're going to the used clothing store. You're a bunch of kids. I'm not putting you in Baby Gap, all right? Tell you that right now. All right? But there are medical documented, you know, it's rare, it happens, but there are reasons to give children hormones. So I'd have to see the show. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's take a look. I'm curious now. Did he really advocate for all children should be able to get sex changes? Because that sounds like a stretch. It honestly sounds like a bit of a stretch. But I don't know. You know, I've enjoyed certain episodes of that show, but he does seem like very much like a smarmy neoliberal. He has that about him. Okay. Adam ruins, like in terms of transgender stuff, children need time to develop to make conscious decisions when they're older. So I believe if a perfectly healthy child without any medical issues that a psychological doctor and a medical doctor have confirmed that this child is perfectly healthy of sound body and mind, that yes, that child should not be making any decisions about their sexual orientation. But it's established medical science, okay, that that children, very young children, can have gender dysmorphia, okay, and need certain kinds of counseling, medical or psychological or both, usually both. Well, that's the thing, is that for them it's not natural. Things aren't working naturally. You know, for a regular healthy person, yes, they don't need shit. But we're not talking about healthy people. We're talking about people that are sick and they need medical help. Okay? Everything. Let's see if this comes up. Gun control, video games, herpes, trans. Oh, I don't know. I'm not getting a lot of mashup. Oh, it's a mashup. Moderate drinking. Hidden agenda. Oh. Has it been scrubbed from the internet? Is it that shameful? Oh, he said it. He said the comments on Joe Rogan's show. Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to. Ah. Okay, I see. It was with Joe Rogan. Okay. Interesting. So, oh, I see. So he was trying to make was he really trying to make the argument that, you know, transgender people should compete with, you know, with their selected gender? Because yeah, I don't agree with that either. It's obviously ridiculous. It's just obviously ridiculous. Like, I don't care. I do care about hurting feelings. I do. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But honestly, let's get real here. You can't be doing that. It's got a really biased title. No, I'll give that a listen. I'll give that a whole listen, and then I'll give you my opinion on it. Ooh, here we go. I want to play some Wrong World, actually. Yeah, no. The argument's over. Don't try to tell me, you know, I can choose to be a woman and then compete with women. It's not fair. It's not fucking fair. It doesn't make any sense. It's not fair. You know, and I think activists and people that try to make that argument do a disservice, you know, to the movement as a whole. I honestly do, because it doesn't help with the credibility when you're saying stuff like that, because it is just patently incorrect. It just is, you know? No, you know, like... Oh, fuck the connection. Oh, did I glitch out for a second? Oh, it's snowing. Well, we could go splunking again. I'm hungry. Eat it. Just eat it. Oh, I gotta consolidate. That's right. I didn't have time to consolidate. Show them how funky. Oh, someone broke into my miscreated base. They must have been so pissed. They were nice, though. They didn't dump everything. But it took about 2 weeks for someone to actually fuck with my base, which actually quite a long time. Show them how funky. Show them just right. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right. Just beat it. Just beat it. Woo! Okay. Veggie smoothie. Nice. I don't know. I don't even know what I want to do, man. Oh my god, this is the massive collection of trees that I planted. Look at this. Unit. It's a total unit. A complete unit. Hell yeah. Look at that. This is a sand tree, I guess. I guess I should go in there. Let's go. Prick. That's it. I was gonna leave you alone, but now I'm fucking you up. That's right. I'm probably gonna be picking up wood down there, so might as well. But before I got on stream, I decided, you know, I was eating dinner with the wife, and we decided to watch Hot Ones. You know, that Hot Ones show about eating wings and asking them questions. See, that's a little quiet for you. Turn it up. It's like loud for me. Yeah, you know, they, you know, make them eat hot wings, and then they ask them cool questions. Oh my god. You know, watch the one on Steve Austin. You know, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Nice guy. Hell of a guy. The hell is this? We're really supposed to whack this through the fucking cave? Let's see. Is this going somewhere? Okay, I could whack it through here. Guess I could whack it through here. Or maybe I should just whack it up here. Okay. What am I doing with this thing? There's nothing in here. Especially weird at this age, because I think about how the parents need to deal with their 13-year-old daughter with dyed hair and tell them which pronouns they prefer. Yeah, it's a challenge, but every generation has its own unique challenges. You know, while I don't agree with pseudoscience, you know, and unproven theories, I do believe all this gender stuff, you know, pronouns and whatnot, I do believe it's a larger growing process that is bringing us further to enlightenment. You know, accepting all colors and creeds and races and sexual orientations and all that. So, you know, while I respect Jordan Peterson's right to free speech and his right to do what he wants, I don't agree with his stance on not using the proper pronouns because I believe in mutual respect for other people. So, you know, if you come up to me and you say, you know, I'm literally a king. I'm king of my small plot of land. You must address me as a king. Right? I might not hang out with you. Okay? But you know, I would respect that. Be like, okay, you know, look, we got to go to Steve's house. Yeah, no, we got to call him Sir Steve. Yeah, no, look, we got to call him Sir Steve. I don't know what the fuck to tell you, but we got to call him Sir fucking Steve because he's fucking king over there, all right? But I want to borrow the lawnmower, okay? And I got to share, you know, my property line with this fucking weirdo, so I want to get along, so I want to show him respect. So when you're over there, you know, give him a quick bow. And, you know, call it a day. What the hell is this? Lazy person's weapon of choice. Hold interact to automatically suck nearby items to you. No shit. Wow, this is perfect for lazy people. Nice. I try to be accepting and progressive, but sometimes it's just too much. I got in trouble over that shit last year. Well, do yourself a favor, okay? Ask yourself, what is this? How does this hurt me? You know, does this hurt me in any way? Does this affect, you know, me in any way? You know, besides like having, you know, to like navigate some tricky situations as a parent or something. But, you know, like, is it, you know, is one guy calling his penis Fruit Loops really gonna, you know, affect you at the end of the day in some major profound way? You know? You know what I'm saying? I say just let people do whatever the fuck they want. Because then we, you know, because if not, then we got to start telling people what the fuck we want them to do. Right? And then we got to start talking about, okay, well, whose dogma is the correct dogma then? Right? Oh, I believe in Judaism, so I believe we should tell everybody that Judaism's the best. Oh, well, I believe in Christianity, so and the motherfucking, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, But I do draw the line at science, though, because there's a very clean delineation at a play that I thought was hot, and they said it was a dude, so I thought I called a dude hot. Turns out they only identified as a dude. Okay. That's a unique issue. I never had to deal with that in high school. I believe in that situation, you know, if you do it once and you make a mistake, you should be forgiven and be given a chance to do the right thing and say the right pronoun, right? Be like, oh, hey, no, she actually identifies as a he. Like, I know she's clearly a woman, but you know, she's doing this thing. Okay, all right, my bad. All right, and then you get to move on with your day. But because you know, I bet you weren't Mr. Innocent. It sounds like you were indignant, you know, and that it sounds like you were doing it to try and make a point. It doesn't exactly sound, you know, like you were like, oh, I'm just my mistake. Doesn't sound like that's the case. Are you a big enough man to admit that? That you were trying to antagonize? Can he admit it for fools? I found a female hot. I didn't mean to offend anyone. See, there with the capital female there, huh? I just wanted to compliment someone. Oh yeah, so you went up to a person that you already knew identified as, you know, different than what her, you know, birth gender was. Okay. Yeah, no, you're perfectly innocent, bro. Yeah, no. Clearly you're being oppressed. You know, you just gotta admit you were wrong and, you know, and move on, dude. You know, and you shouldn't try to antagonize people. I didn't even know this person at all. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Nice little comp out there. So do you often compliment females in all caps? Do you often do that? Do you often compliment random females? Is that something that you're known to do? You know, you just see a hot one and you're like, you know, I just think you're so beautiful. I just think you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. You're such a beautiful girl. Is that something you do quite a bit? Come on, homie. Who do you think you're talking to, man? It's all right. Look, when I was a young guy, I was an idiot too. I did all kinds of stupid fucking things. Literally at a random school play we went to, I didn't even know his fucking name. Well, there you go. Progress. See, look, you can call him an asshole. You can be transgendered and still be an asshole. No problems there. Yeah, because it, you know, if the scenario played out like the way that you're describing, I didn't do anything. I'm just perfectly innocent. Totally innocent. I'm constantly complimenting women and how they look. All right, if the scenario played out as you described, then yes, indeed, I do side with you that you should not have had the book thrown at you, so to speak. And you should have been given an opportunity to correct your mistake. That's my personal belief. If it played out exactly as you described. And clearly I have my doubts. But hey, I've been wrong before. That's, you know, wrong is a state that I'm pretty comfortable with. Fuck off with that stuff. I didn't talk to him. I didn't know him. We just saw a school play and I misgendered someone. Calm down. Oh no, I'm calling the principal. We're having a full conversation. Bro, I'm on your side. I'm on your side. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Because it's interesting. I'm actually dealing with that myself. Actually, a good friend of mine who is, for the longest time, I mean, his whole life basically, he's been a gay man. Has only just recently, converted into a woman. And I've known this person for the longest time. I'm constantly misgendering him, her. I'm constantly doing it. I almost did it just right there. It's nearly impossible for me because I've known this person for my entire life as a him, but my friend in question doesn't punish me if I get it wrong. You know what I mean? I don't get chastised as a bigot if I accidentally do that. So there's a big difference there. Because we all need to show tolerance. Right? We all got to show tolerance, including the people that need tolerance. They need to show tolerance too. They don't get a tolerance pass, No one gets an asshole pass. Disabled people, they don't just get to magically be assholes. I made a mistake, I admit it. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Don't go all fucking turbo left with that shit. I had to deal with that all shit during class of ignorant 12-year-olds. Don't start. Yeah, no, that shit hits a nerve. That would be frustrating to deal with a child, like a young person's interpretation of that stuff, because it'd be very simplistic and it'd be very harsh on you. Like, oh, you're anti-gay, you're anti-everything. You're right wing. You're a right winger. And the world is definitely more complicated than that. So I hear you, bud. That would be frustrating. Would be a corker. Oh man, high school. Holy shit. Taking me back. Let's head on back to high school. Oh my god. The only thing I would do if I could go back to high school, the only thing I would change is I'd try to get more pussy. That'd be my only goal. And that would be it. You're like, dude, you got to stop trying to bang everyone's girlfriend. Like, shut up, dude. I'm never gonna. As soon as I leave high school, I'm never gonna see you again. Dude, middle school, bro. Damn. No, that's even worse. Yeah. I mean, I remember one time, like a teacher asking me about, politics when I was a young kid, and I remember saying like, "Oh, I don't like Mitt Romney because he's a flip-flopper." Because I heard it on TV or something. Like, I didn't know who Mitt Romney was. I didn't know what a Democrat was. I didn't know what a Republican was. I just heard that he was a flip-flopper, and I didn't like that. So I didn't like Mitt Romney. Or was it Mitt Romney, or was it oh no, John Kerry, I think was the one. John Kerry. Mitt Romney's the Republican. So I feel you, bro. That's tough. That's tough business. All right, we had a good spelunking trip. Feeling pretty good about that. All right, let's actually give Fallout a good, honest, little bit of time here. That's rough. That's rough. I mean, sure, your buddies, your buddies in middle school there were trying to call you out as right wing. Grade 7, end of year field trip. High school play about cheerleading. I loved it, but I hated the aftermath. Yeah, hell yeah. Teenage me would have loved a fucking cheerleading competition. Hook it up, boy. Yeah, no, and you tried to get your Mac on. I feel you, bro. You're feeling it. You're out there doing your thing. You're like, yeah, let's do it. You know, and then you got mixed shitted on. It's rough, homie. It's fucking rough, man. I remember one time I went to a school trip and, you know, I ended up, you know, like hardcore making out with this chick, with this totally random, you know, girl from a different school. Oh, it's still all in a bunch of fucking weird. God damn it. Will this ever have a fucking English translation? I swear to God. All right. All right. Oh, no. I said I was going to do Fallout. Come on. It's rough. It's rough. It's rough. Oh, boy's just trying to get his Mac on. But it's hard to get your Mac on in this day and age. It is. You know, it's never been easier to get your Mac on if you're gay, right? Like if you're into that. I don't know what the deal is here. I'm gonna quit and start. Right? If you're gay or queer in any way, right? Everyone wants to fuck. But if you're just straight, everyone wants to get married and shit, and it takes like a long ass time to get your fucking dick wet. So I feel for you boys out there. Different climate. Different climate. It's not like, you know, it's not like back in my day women were just giving it up. The big scare back in my day was AIDS. So, you know, it was as hard as ever to get laid back then. Not like this. Y'all motherfuckers are like Puritans. For like straight people are Puritans now. It's like, don't have sex until 2 nights after you're married. No. No, it's just like, I don't know, young people have never been safer. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are very safe. You have very sensible and very, nah, man, everyone's a slut. Oh, what's wrong, dude?
Dr. Grant? What the hell do you think you're doing?
Ah, Whitley, there you are. Orders from Colonel Autumn. He feels the iBot Duraframe project isn't advancing quickly enough. I'm to...
You didn't even disengage his damage avoidance protocols. You're hurting him.
Don't be ridiculous. It's just a machine. See here, I've already increased the navigation system's efficiency by 65%.
Get the hell out of here.
Fine, Whitley. It's your lab. At least until I tell the Colonel about this.
Alright, let me turn that up for you. So everyone's a slut, huh? Turn that up a bit for you. Yeah, let's keep it there. Whoops. Sounds like Dr. Whitley really cared about you. Ralphie who? You're still not making sense. Who the hell is General Winters? Dr. Grant sounded like a war crime waiting to happen. Evasive beeping. You don't have to tell me. I would have to beat the crap out of her. Satisfied beeping. Whatever, trash can. I really don't give a shit about your problems. Fuck, dude. I'm not gonna tell this little guy that. Oh, man. It's ironic how me friends called me gay and the left-wingers were yelling at me about being offensive. I still came out on top and calmed everyone down. Bro, at that age, they're not left or right-wingers, okay? They're just kids. Embarrassed beeping. Oh. Sad beeping. Yeah, them 7-year-olds are right-wingers. Or left-wingers. Limousine liberals coming out of their toddler school. What password? What is he typing in? Deactivate second level robot security. Sure. Inactive. But you can still tell.
Primary systems offline.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe you might be able to tell where they initially might start off, but you can never tell where someone might end up in terms of like where they'll land politically, especially if they pay any attention to anything, right? You know, there's a lot of right-wingers that think they know everything because they pay a lot of attention to Rush Limbaugh and Fox News and Hannity, and they think they're really tuned in and they're really informed, you know what I mean? So I know, don't think I'm contradicting you at every stage here, bud. It's just, you know, they're kids, man. They're just kids. Little Chitlin. I was so completely oblivious to fucking politics when I was a young child. I didn't know a damn thing. I was paying zero attention, right? But if someone came up to me and said, "Hey, do you want to go to war?" I'd probably say no. You know, maybe catch me as an older teenager, I might have been like, "Hell yeah, let's go to war, bitch." You know, it was just have good. Ooh, look at that value. Oh, these are like ghoul troops. All of them. I'm running out of space fast. Besides, what's wrong with being left wing, man? I'm a proud progressive, you know that. Dyed hair and ignorance. Those are Antifa frontliners waiting to erupt from their slumber. Oh my god, dude. Homie. I'm really sorry that you're like a fan of mine and that you know, you've spent so much time enjoying my content, because we disagree quite a bit. You know, it's quite a shame, but it happens. Because you sound like Sean Hannity right now. Like you got a problem with anti-fascist organization? You got a problem with fighting against fascists? You know?
Engaging hostile target.
Not good, man. You know what I need to do? Change my fucking gun. I don't have any... Do I have any ammo? No. Okay, well, let's try this out. It's a nail gun. Oh! Oh, it's automatic. Oh my god! What is the... This weapon sucks. Trust me, bro, by the time you get to college, you're gonna want to be having sex with all those chicks with the dyed hair. You're not gonna want to be walking around talking about how you hate chicks with dyed hair, I assure you. Because you're gonna want to be getting laid, dude. Don't be hurting your chances to get laid. Is that my robot that just died? It's aggressive and left, but violence and yelling isn't the answer. I'm not talking about the whole Antifa. Apologize for generalizing, but you know the type. Well, that's the thing, man. Is that you're using right-wing generalizations, so it does make it a little bit difficult to understand what you're saying when you're like, purple-haired, college liberal, right? I mean, you're sounding, I mean, just like Jordan Peterson. It's pretty. You got to be careful with that shit. I do understand what you're talking about. There are ignorant lefties. There's plenty of ignorant lefties. So I get you, but you got to be able to describe that and without using right-wing language. You got to be able to describe your disdain and your opposition to what you disagree with on the left without using the language of the right, because that does confuse, and it's just bad for the movement. You don't want to co-opt your opponent's language. And dyed in short hair is my thing. See what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? But I get you. I don't like ignorant people, right? Left or right. And it's very hard to say that you're on the modern right and say that while trying to say that you're not being ignorant. Being on the modern right almost requires you to be ignorant, because you have to accept certain unrealities. All right, let's see here. Oh yeah, I do this one. Yep, so I can carry more strength. Let's see, what's my capacity? 15, nice, 215. I can see that's a little loud for you, so I'm gonna turn that down. I'm just thinking about you, man. I don't want you heading off to college and, not taking advantage of all the, you know what I'm talking about. Come on. There's lots of sexing happening. $6. Okay, let's see if... Ooh, arc welder. That's a good thing. Bowie knife. Perfect. Money. And arm. Okay. Check this out. Alright, so... Do it up. Fully repaired. Is that not fully repaired? I need to get my repair leveled up to get more of that, I see. But chunk. Fixing things, repair. Nice. But confusing as hell. I'm still trying to eliminate right-wing vocabulary, so I'm sorry if I sound a little bit like a Fox News anchor. Dude, it's tough. Alright? Sometimes they, sometimes, like, when Trump will insult somebody, and it's just too good. It's just too good not to use it. Right? So... But yeah, you want to be careful with the right, at the very least, the right-wing generalizations. Okay, so this one, light, medium. Okay, can we maintain? Nope. Okay, so that's better. Ooh, this has more value though. Sneak and agility. Oh wait, this has better armor than all of them. Fuck. Okay. The value is through the roof though. 1,738 caps? Say what? Rad resistance +5. Alright, what can we drop? Yeah, eat it. I don't know. Whatever. Not much. Yeah, no, I'm very lucky. I met my wife, and we didn't, there was less of that confusion, but there was, we also were in San Francisco, so we actually got to see a lot of that early on, and it didn't really, bother us. It's just, it was another day. Weird lesbian, with beards and stuff. I remember having to work with somebody, a woman that had a beard, because she was a man. So yeah, I get you, man. It's weird, but just gotta keep trudging along. Because like I keep saying, it's about respect. It's about respecting, It's kind of like anarchy a little bit, where it's like, it doesn't matter whether what you're saying is right or wrong, or what you agree in is right or wrong, as long as you leave me alone and don't fuck with me, it's right. And that can be a very hard, thing to like fucking wrap your mind around. Okay, it's in Misk. Where are you at, homie? Where is it? I thought I saw it in Misk. What? Yeah, but the people I'm talking about are fucking insane. Like, they were yelling at me and refusing to hear my side of the story. That kind of stuff lets out the inner conservative. Well, yeah, that's where the ignorance comes in, right? And you're like, I've noticed that, like, the ignorant person's version of arguing is to not let your opponent respond. Just like talk over them, shout over them, yell, insult them, lean on the crowd that's around you, right? To like, not let you respond, right? And that is an ignorant person's version of arguing. It's not how you argue, but you gotta live in this world with them, man. Okay, so maybe I'm not supposed to do that. That's why they're not showing it to me. So how do I use that? How do I install that? Yeah, use ranged. Yes. Wait here, talk to, back up, keep distance. Talk to. Trust me, I'm mainly on your side of the political spectrum. They were using those kinds of tactics. No, that is super frustrating. Do you do anything with bullets, like maybe help people make them? Tactics interface. Okay. Oh, I'm getting a 6-yaw customer. Let's see here. Oh, maybe not. No? Okay. Yes? No? Yes? Okay. Okay, aggression level. Alright, tactics interface close, control interface close. This is weird. Look, and like that's fine. You don't have to agree. I don't expect people to agree with me 100% politically. No one should. Me brain don't work good no more. Hey, no problem, man. It's very complicated. Look, bro, ContraPoints. That's all I got to say. You want to know more about this fucking confusing ass world, and you want to hear it from someone who empathizes with you as a man, as a person who doesn't understand all this 100%, but wants to know more, wants to respect that other side, this new style of sexuality and whatnot better. ContraPoints. She will help you. She will help you. Look her stuff up on YouTube. She's hilarious. She's funny, smart, and I'll say it. I'll say it. She's a little hot. I'll say it. Yes, ContraPoints, dude. 100% on point, dude. She knows exactly what the fuck she's talking about, bro. I hate to say it, man. I don't hate to say it because I think she's great. I don't hate to say it. She's awesome. But yeah, no, ContraPoints, man. What? She'll give it. She's gonna give it to you a whole lot more straight than fucking Jordan Peterson will. I tell you that right now. Ree. Yeah. Okay. Ree all you want, man. She's right. See what I mean? You brought it. This is your fault. See what you made me do? Fission battery. I kind of want to hold on to that. She's 100% right. Smart chick. All right. Very bangable. I don't know what to tell you. All right, what is this? The main first lockdown with security, military grade encryption. What sequence? You need to find the security codes of the missile, upload them to EDE, and gain access to. Oh shit! Oh, damn. Arc welder. Ooh, cool. Ammo. These games are pretty fucking cool. They're so huge, man. These worlds are so big, you know? E, not A. 4chan Keck Troll is waiting to be released. Yeah, you know, if I knew about 4chan when I was younger, I probably would have hung out a little bit there, you know? I definitely spent some time on, like, some of the nastier sites on the internet at that time, so... Maybe able to fix it. 50 repair, yeah, try it. Terminal's damaged. I can't fix it. Shit. Alright, I've had enough. Wait, isn't a trans person? Isn't it a trans person? Are you talking about ContraPoints? Yes, she is a trans person. Yes, she is bangable. If you watch her videos, you'll be like, all right, her makeup's on point. All right. How comfortable with your sexuality do you really think you are? See, straight guys got to make everything into a contest, even how comfortable we are with our straightness. That we could say something like a trans person is hot. It's a contest. All right? What do I want to play? Dude, I'm traumatized by Subnautica, bro. I'm legitimately scared. Does that actually make you buy? No, it doesn't. No. Not at all. Not even close. No. Get this. Get this. This will blow your fucking mind, dude. This will blow your fucking mind. Even if I was having sex with a man and a woman, it still could be possible that I might not be bi. I know, it's really confusing. It's true, though. Only ContraPoints. Only ContraPoints. can set the world straight. Damn, Eagers had another massive fucking update. Okay. Let's play this fucking... What in the goddamn... I know, dude. It's really confusing. Really confusing. But yeah, no, you can... So get this. If you can be in a straight relationship, but have the gender swapped. Right? So you could be a man who has transitioned into a woman and be dating a woman that has transitioned into a man, and that would be considered, you know, a heterosexual relationship. I'll swing anyway. It's just weird to think about. Yeah, no, it's the difference are the people that acknowledge that it's very confusing and are willing to work with you versus the people that think they're somehow more special than someone else because they want to do different things with their genitalia, and they try to hold that above you in like some weird way because humans do that, you know, oh, I'm different, therefore superior, let me brag about it. It's an ugly thing all of us humans do. It's an ugly little thing that all of us humans do. Make sure you drink your garbage fuel. All right? Made with real garbage juice. Get this, bro. I'm even planning to do a face reveal in the promo video. It's not going to be the kind of face reveal that you're expecting, but it will technically be a face reveal. I'll put my poll. The hole is for the straw. I gotta, once the campaign starts and once they've officially sponsored the stream, I'm gonna have to always drink out of my G Fuel cup. All right, well, this shit isn't working, but I'll have to like always drink out of my garbage fuel cup. I'll be contractually obliged. Yay, face reveal. Yeah, it won't be like what you think. it won't be exactly the kind of face reveal that people will be expecting. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Oh, anyway, before you go to bed, I wanted to talk to you about fix this here. Talking about balls, bro. Yeah, it's not a face reveal, it's a cock reveal. That's what everyone wants to see. You're gonna see my penis before you see my face. That's the plan. Oh, internet. It's disgusting. Internet's disgusting. Anyway, I should back this up a little bit. Hold on. Fix this. Come on. Just, yeah, there we go. Just take it back a notch. Jesus. Anyway, so, you know, on the stream here, you know how a lot of streamers they got the shit on their stream, you know, they got the shit on their stream with the poll thing. God fucking damn it. Where there's a hole, I'll put my poll. I'm sorry.
Very nice.
Oh, we should be boycotting Blizzard.
And for your second attack, very nice.
I bet he has boycott Blizzard. Hashtag boycott Blizzard out of his chat. Gemini Man, now in theaters. Oh no, Divka. Oh no, you're playing Overwatch.
Will the 67 hold? Definitely will not hold.
Ah, I need to be a follower to chat,
Chest
huh?
doesn't drop.
Mr. Important there. Divka, I gotta unfollow. You're not boycotting Blizzard right now. Do it for the Chinese people, yo. At least until they've publicly apologized or something. Okay, yeah, here we go. Why is, oh boy. Wow, look at this absolute. I can't comment, right? I'm not allowed to comment. All right, anyway, without commenting on the egregious sponsorships that I see here, you know, oh fuck 6, yeah, dude, I'm done for the night. We good. So, you know, I'm thinking of doing like some overlays and getting and commissioning some overlays and stuff. God, this guy's okay. I'm not allowed to do this. I'm not allowed to make fun of or criticize or anything. So I'm just not going to. I'm just not going to say anything. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to keep my opinions to myself. I'm not going to comment on what I was looking at. Okay, do not disturb. So, I was thinking of using some pixel artists to help me make some of these overlays and stuff, because all these overlays like look the same. You know what I mean? Like they all look the same. Look at these guys. They get these big rolling chats. Man, bright mode sucks. So, I mean, do you think that would make the stream any better is the question. You know, these big bright, you know, like, okay, here's a great example right here. This guy. Aaron Play. The amazing Twitch of Aaron Play. Okay, so he's in his regular mode here, but then he's in his... I was thinking of doing this stuff, but having, you know, pixel art instead of the normal kind of stuff, because like everyone's overlay kind of looks the same to me.
Web. Joder, se ha puesto aquí. Me cago en...
You know what I mean? I mean, everyone's overlay looks almost exactly the same to me. It's, you know, it's just the same kind of lines, the same kind of, you know, colors, same kind of ideas, repeated over and over and over again. They just all look the same. So I was thinking, you know, one thing I haven't seen from anybody is some of these overlays, but with pixel art. IRL overlays. Like pixel art overlay, if you feel like this is a stream that should have that, go for it. Don't be mainstream. Fringe for life. Well, there's a difference between, you know, being fringe or being counterculture, but still looking professional. You know, that attracts people. People like that. People will take what you have to say more seriously, you know, if you just look more professional. But yeah, I was thinking, you know, because I'm just seeing all these overlays. They just look very similar to me. Is it just me? You know? But they all look the same. You know? Like what's the real difference between Chicken Kicker for Realm Royale? You know, it's the font, the color, and the shape versus free green overlay. So there's this Twitch user or Twitter user by the name of Lux. And I got to be careful about what I show, because sometimes some of her pixel art has nudity. So let me just look her up here and I'll just show you some of her stuff. But her name's Lux. She does pixel art tutorials. Yeah, here we go. So, you know, she does stuff like this. And you know, she has versions of that one without clothes on. Stuff like this. She's been commissioned to work on video games, you know, so she can do like the really nice, really detailed video game items and stuff. Yeah. And I've just never seen an overlay that actually uses pixel art. You know? Oh yeah, you can't show that one. I can show this one. This is the one, but she has a version of this one with her shirt off, with her tits hanging out. It looks pretty good. But I was just kind of thinking, you know, what if I got a pixel artist to make me like a really cool border? At the very least, maybe like start off with just a border for the webcam, you know, but it would be, I want it to be animated, you know. There's this game that I play on Android that's really interesting. If you can call it a game, check it out. It's called Small Living World. So this is what I'm gonna tell her. But it's a really sweet little game, free app. There's like a paid version if you want to, you know, go nuts. But dude, it fucking simulates nature down to the individual blades of grass. And you get to see, like, you get to lay down the soil over the rocks, and you get to see the root system take hold. Right, and you slowly get to see, you know, all the plants and everything start to grow. Really, there's not a single video I can show you? Really? I gotta make a video for this game. Wow. You gotta be careful, you could get banned. Well, you get banned if you show naked tits. You can't get banned if you show, you know, a beautiful pixelated woman, you know, who's fully clothed. You're not going to get in trouble for that. Or you show a beautiful pixelated Scooby-Doo character with a short skirt. If you're not showing vag and you're not showing tits, you're good to go. ModDB? What is this on ModDB? What? Yeah. Is this really a review for the game? Huh. Anyway, so that's what I was thinking, like around my webcam could be I would like it to be like a really long animation, like a 4-hour long animation where it starts off and germinates, you know, yeah, but cleavage. Are you're trying to tell me Twitch doesn't allow cleavage? You're not trying to tell me Twitch doesn't allow cleavage, are you? You're not trying to say Twitch doesn't allow cleavage. Come on. Really?
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, dude, you're killing it. You're fucking killing it. You look logic. I mean, you're killing it. What do you dress up for? I love it, guys. I've never seen a blue suit like that. I've never seen like a blue suit, like pulled off like that. Like he's all matching. Listen, I love to match too. If you haven't noticed, I love matching as well. So I think that we would really get along in that sense because I love matching. And you know, you're obviously doing your thing right now, so I really like that. You love this emote? Thank you, Device.
I don't think Twitch would have a problem. Yeah, enjoy it. Okay, enjoy it. Don't bitch about it. Okay? Stop. Jinkies, for the love of God, stop trying to ruin this second coming of women eagerly wanting to take their clothes off and show you their goods. Okay, let's all reconsider our opposition to this, please. No, man. No, we're not allowed to talk shit about other streamers in my chat. Are you telling me if you say the shoe was on the other foot, homie? Say you looked like she did. Say you were smoking hot like she was. Just a 10 out of 10. You know? Funny, bubbly. You know, you got the double D tits, you got the blonde hair, the beautiful face, you got the rockin' body. Right? You're telling me you wouldn't at least consider sitting around on Twitch and just raking in the cash? You wouldn't do that. Because I would. Easy money. They make tens of thousands of dollars for just sitting there being flirtatious. I'd be cashing in like you wouldn't believe, man. They're gonna ban me one of these days. It's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. But let's be real here. Every single man that's like, oh, she's a bimbo, what a whore, would be offering up the goods in abundance. Okay, would be offering up the goods in abundance if the money was that easy for them. If they could just sit on their pretty little ass and rake in the dough, every single guy that's like, oh, whatever, I hate her, oh, she sucks, she's so lazy, would be getting dressed up in their skimpiest little outfit that their rich boyfriend bought them yesterday. Okay, hopping on the webcam, hitting start stream, and raking in the dough like a goddamn Queen of Sheba. Okay, I'm comfortable saying that I would be doing it immediately. Okay, and any guy that says otherwise is a liar. Honestly, is a fucking liar, dude. show me the guy that says oh no, I would hate to sit around and do nothing and make a shitload of money. Oh, I'd hate to do that. Yeah. Oh no, keep me away from that. I love going to work every day and making barely enough to survive. Oh, it's great. Makes me into the man I am today. Yeah, fucking right. Not buying it. Yeah, boy, I sure wish I have to work harder for my money, said no one. Really uncomfortable having a bunch of weirdos stare at my thighs and tits. Uh-huh. I think after the first $10,000 after the first week, I think you'd get a little used to it. Because think about it, bro. It's not just you jumping in, right, as, you know, as a smoking hot 20-something, early 20-something. You, as a woman, okay, supposedly, you know, like, let's pretend you've lived your life as a young girl, you know, into a woman, have been oogled at, and weirdos. You see the weirdos every single fucking day, dude. You live your entire life, it's one weirdo to the next, right? One idiot who wants to hit on you or treat you like shit because you don't want to blow him. You know, it's just on and on and on, right? Why not make a little money off that? They're gonna treat you like shit anyway and oogle you and treat you like a you know, like a product anyway. What can you do? You're a smoking hot chick, right? So what? You work out and you won the genetic lottery. All of a sudden you gotta live miserable? I'm telling you, man. I don't see a bimbo. I see a hustler. All right? And I respect hustlers. It's just about having all those eyes on me. I can barely present in front of my entire class. Sure. No, yeah. But think about how you would feel, you know, if you were a smoking hot girl. How does a smoking hot girl live her life? Constantly being propositioned for dick. Or pussy. Constantly being propositioned for sex. From all sides. Everyone wants to fuck you, dude. Could you imagine? Well, a hot girl can, because that's her life. The life of a hot girl is constantly turning down propositions for sex. Right? Like, and it starts when you're like 13 or even younger, you know, if you're in like a, you know, dangerous situation, right? So, you know, you're like 20 something, 19, you've, you know, a good chunk of your, you know, more mature life has been you getting oogled at. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. And $10,000 for a girl that pretty that we were looking at with the cute little cat headphones and stuff. $10,000 a week if she streams 5 days a week. That's a low estimate. That's absolutely a low estimate. Well, I'm dead. Oh man, that's an incredibly low estimate. 10G a week? Shoot, maybe just from her Patreon. You know what I mean? I'm sure that was supposed to be much more difficult. I'm comfortable saying that I would do it immediately. I would be K-Bubbles, bro. I mean, you'd see me with the thighs out. I mean, my rockin' tits would be front and center. My webcam, like, the gameplay would look like this, dude. Okay? This would be gameplay. Okay? And I'd be rolling in it, homie. I'd be rolling in it. You know? Rolling in it. Okay? I'm not hating. They're hustlers. They're hustling. Yeah, one little nip slip would result in a ban on Twitch, although you still have Patreon. Yeah, $1,000 a month for nudes. Wowee. And bro, you don't even need to give up nudes. You don't have to go full Belle Daphne. You know, you could eat some ice cream seductively. I'm telling you, man, I would be the biggest whore. I'd put fucking Casey Tron to shame with my, you know, with my unabashed pride in fucking showing off my goods. You know, tens of thousands of dollars, dude. All right. I don't know what I want to do. Sell my fucking piss and tip milk for tens of thousands. You know, when Belle Daphne gets pregnant, she should sell her breast milk. The problem is, though, the problem is not buyers. The problem is selling something that someone ingests and then they get sick. Right? That's where the trouble comes in. So. All right. Well, this has been a totally stimulating conversation. But yeah, no, I'm going to be back at it tomorrow with an update about the burglary, about how I'm going to have to pay to my motherfucking incompetent assholes placenta for $1 million. I wouldn't want her placenta for $1 million, but I'd call, you know, if I was a rich man and wasn't married, I'd send her a considerable offer. She just looks like way too much fun. To, you know, if I was a rich man and I wasn't married, I'd send her a fucking offer, dude. You know, she looks like she's just way too much fun to not try. All right. I know, I'm too honest. I'm way too fucking honest. That's gonna get me in huge trouble. Take it easy, Brewski. Yeah, bro. Well, thank you for sticking around the whole night. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll be sure to make sure you get full props for tomorrow as well. You'll get a double day's dose of props because stuck around the whole stream. It's wonderful. It's nice to have someone to bounce off of. Thank you. And we'll be doing it again tomorrow. You know, unless otherwise noted, I'll let you know on Twitter if anything goes down. But if not, talk to you then. You know, and make sure you dry your placenta first. You should snack on it like it's a chewing gum, but you shouldn't eat it immediately. There has been known to be issues, but you know, it's, you know, enjoy your placenta however you wish. Okay, you bought it. This is the first stream that was secretly brought to you by Garbage Fuel. This is going to be so much fun. All right, peace out.